So this is our 47th episode of This Week in History, but more importantly, it was this week a year ago that we started this thing, and hopefully it's improved. Luckily, I still have the scripts for all the other episodes, so nothing's going to get repeated, but it makes it that much more fun to research. And don't worry, I will not be singing this week. Hey folks, welcome to This Week in History. Let's get this puppy going. On April 25th in 404 BC, the Peloponnesian War ended after Spartan forces successfully blockaded and took Athens. Originally, the city was going to be destroyed, but the king overruled the general and they just tore down the walls. In 799, after being attacked by the citizens of Rome, including trying to rip out his tongue and eyes, Pope Leo III fled to Paderborn in order to seek the protection of Frankish King Charlemagne. The king really wasn't very happy about this, and he escorted the Pope back to Rome. Charlemagne would end up being rewarded for his support later on by being crowned Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. On April 26th in 1865, after assassinating President Abraham Lincoln on the 15th, John Wilkes Booth was cornered and killed by Union troops. On April 27th of 1578, a pitched battle fought for fun between representatives of Henry III and Henry I. The first was a king, the second was a duke, known as the Duel of the Mignons, resulted in the deaths of 4 of the 6 participants. The king and the duke really just wanted to reenact an old Roman legend, which leads us to... There's a Roman legend that dates back to their kingdom phase, roughly about 753 to 509 BC, and involves the Horatii and the Curiatii, who from now on will be known as the H's and the C's because that's just so much easier for me, and were both sets of triplet warriors, the H's from Rome and the C's from the nearby city of Alba Longa. Rather than go to war, which would cost way too many lives, the two sides chose to have these sets of triplets fight it out, and whichever side won would gain superiority over the other. So the two sides met and fought. 2 of the H's fell, but all 3 of the C's had been injured, so the final H, who had not been injured and was named Publius, did what any smart man would do in that situation. Run. Yeah, he ran. And as the injured triplets chased him, they became staggered out enough that Publius was able to turn around, kill the closest triplet, catch up to and kill the second triplet before he could regroup with his brother, and then he easily killed the third as well. So yeah, Rome won. Oh, and when he returned home from Rome, his sister learned that her fiancé, who had been one of the C's, had been killed, and she of course wept at this. Swearing that no woman would ever cry for the death of a Roman enemy, he then killed his own sister. Yeah, good stuff. On April 28th in 224, the Parthian Empire effectively came to an end after their defeat at the Battle of Hormozgan, leading the way for the Sanusids to take over. In 1503, what would become Spain started off 140 years of battlefield supremacy at the Battle of Cerignola. The French facing them suffered heavy casualties due to one of the first battlefield uses of firearms. Yeah, that French cavalry didn't stand a chance. And a shout out to our patrons, Steve Stevens and Clayton Jaimez, for your continued support. Thank you very much to both of you gentlemen. And some people have asked what exactly Patreon is. Well, it's a way that viewers can support creators. If you like what we do and want to throw a few bucks a month at us, we give you exclusive content and typically early access to upcoming videos. You can use the web address here, or there's a link in the description. By the way, this is the part of the job that I really don't like, but it's unfortunately necessary. Oh, and of course you could check out our merch store down in the description or on our Facebook page. Those links are in the description as well. Moving on. On April 29th, 1521, Swedish troops defeated a Danish force at the Battle of Västerås as part of the Swedish War of Liberation. The war, by the way, was almost a direct result of the Stockholm bloodbath, which you can learn about here. In 1789, George Washington took the oath of office to become the first elected president of the United States on the balcony of Federal Hall in New York City. Not only was he the first and second elected elected president, he was also the only president to win unanimously twice. On April 30th, 1812, the territory of Orleans became the 18th U.S. state, taking the name Louisiana. Now, at the time, there was an actual Louisiana territory, but they changed their name to the Missouri Territory. On May 1st in 1776, philosopher Adam Weishaupt, finding that Freemasonry was just too expensive and closed-minded, decided to start his own secret society. He originally named it this, which I'm not even going to try to say, but it translates to Covenant of Perfectibility. Eventually, he would change the name to something much shorter and simpler, the Illuminati. Yes, this is the guy that founded the Illuminati. Now, granted, this Illuminati supposedly went away in the 1700s, but you never know. And that's just gonna about do it for this week, but we'll see you back here next week. Same squirrel time, same squirrel channel. Be happy, be healthy, and y'all come back now, you hear?